Good Friday morning. You're listening to WGRG 100.5 FM for this week's edition of Let's Talk Geneseo. I'm Keith Kennett, along with co-host Brandon Megalin. Something a little different this morning. Didn't have an intro. A couple of reasons. Main reason is I forgot to preload it.
Oh.
So we had a little discussion on other things here, and so we're just coming in cold and to the start of the program this morning. So good morning, Brandon.
Good morning. How have you been?
Been fine. How about yourself?
I've seen you a few times this week.
It's been a busy week of city activities.
Economic development meeting, committee of the whole meeting, and now radio.
3 times.
3 times.
That's probably about as much as we want to push it.
Yeah.
Anymore. I had a friend that had the 3-day rule. That like if you're visiting family or somewhere, what have you, you don't want to spend more than 3 days, or else inevitably there's some situation that occurs. So we haven't been consecutive. I think 3 times in a week is probably enough.
Yeah.
We want to keep the friendship healthy.
Yeah. And I wasn't inviting you over to stay the night at my house or anything.
No, I noticed that, but that's okay. But anyway, we welcome our listeners and viewers that are watching the stream. And as per usual, we will turn the ship over to Brandon because we have one familiar guest, a new guest, and but always a familiar voice to our one guest that we're always happy to have because he's pretty much always better prepared than we are in many ways. Mm-hmm. And I also will give a hint, too. So much on the radio side, you're not going to appreciate this. But if you're watching on the streaming side in the background, you will see a banner that is hung promoting the Geneseo Art Walk. And we have some of our finest heavy-duty painter's tape holding that up.
Very fancy.
And we really don't have a way for the listener or viewer to participate in this. But similar to the snow pile melt contest that we had, we're going to see if it actually remains attached through the entire program, or if at some point it falls down during the program. So if you're listening on air, we'll keep you posted. But it's more of a visual thing, obviously. So just kind of keep an eye out for that in the background.
Or if you have our numbers, feel free to shoot in a text to your guests from right now it is 7:34 a.m. How many minutes out from 7:34 you believe the banner's going to hold? We'll find out. I don't know what kind of job Zach did back there.
It looks really good. I actually think it's going to hold the whole program.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. And if this works much better if we turn all the microphones on.
Yeah, it'll hold the whole program. We put signs up all the time. So I learned from watching Sign Gypsies, so it ought to hold.
All right. Well, that's good enough for me. But anyway, Brandon, we'll turn it over to you.
Yep. So this morning we are joined by the Geneseo Chamber of Commerce, Zach Sullivan and Jessica Reese. It's Jessica's first time on the program with us. So, we're going to dive into a couple of things today, primarily focused on Art Walk, which is tomorrow in downtown Geneseo. But as always, when we have a new person on the program, give us your background. We just had a chamber board meeting. What was that, yesterday? Mm-hmm. So I know Zach announced in that meeting, I think we just hit the 3-month marker of you being employed by the Geneseo Chamber.
Yep, I've been here almost 90 days now and loving it.
Yeah. So what brought you to Geneseo?
Well, I am from the South, so it's been a big change, but I love it. I'm from the South, moved from Alabama. I've been in the Quad Cities about 3 years now, and my boyfriend lives in Geneseo, and I would come to visit and just fell in love with this town, just every little piece of it. So I moved out here and proud to call this place home now.
Excellent. What do you like most about working with the Chamber?
I think that every day is different. Every day is different, and it's kind of like a puzzle. And sometimes the pieces fit, and sometimes you get creative and you make it fit.
Nice. Look at that. We didn't prep any of these questions. All this is on the fly here, too.
Got it figured out.
Oh.
Nice. You got to kind of damper this guy's energy sometimes? I mean, is that part of your job? Or
Oh, no, we hype each other up. That's what the Chamber's about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
We haven't gotten any more calm since Jess has come along, so...
Okay. So also, as we alluded to here, Zach Sullivan is also with us with the Geneseo Chamber. How many times have you been on the program now, Zach?
I think this is number 5.
Number 5. So we're on episode number 26. Just hit our 25 marker milestone last week.
See, and Zach hasn't figured out yet that there is a long-term plan to where we eventually just pull back more and more, and have Zach in more and more frequently. 6 months we're out of this, Brandon, and it's all Zach's.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Could be the evolution of Let's Talk Geneseo.
Yeah, just something else for the chamber to do, right? Plenty of room on the schedule to fit it in, so why not?
Exactly. You guys can add more events. Come on, plenty of time, right?
I agree. And maybe about 5 more staffers at the chamber, but yeah.
Yep. You have to grow a little bit. Okay, so gonna jump in, and you guys are the only guests. A lot of times we have 2 different topics, 2 different things, so we can talk all things chamber world today. One of the things that which Keith is also heavily involved in the city council recently that wanted to mention, thought we could talk about a little bit. For those that follow the council meetings, you kind of heard the full spiel on Tuesday night, but we are going to have a different look to the Christmas walk this year and to the whole Christmas season on State Street. The city is going to be purchasing a 30-foot Christmas tree with the topper, a large artificial pre-lit tree. Should be a beautiful tree. In downtown Geneseo, has a great green scheme ornament package to it. As unfortunately, as I'm sure Zach will have some commentary on, the traditional Mayor's Christmas tree, which is a live pine tree there at the intersection of State and 2nd Street, has ran its course. And it's been fading out, been losing branches for a number of years, looking a little thin out there. Has been struck by lightning. We have rotten decay on the inside of that tree, says an independent arborist that the city hired. So unfortunately, we're going to lose that tree. Going to replace it with something big and beautiful, and that will hopefully be a focal point and bring even more people in for photo ops and be a nice centerpiece November through January. In downtown Geneseo. So looking forward. It's going to be a process. I mean, these trees, these commercial grade trees it's quite the setup and tear down procedure. First year should be interesting, but we've got great electric and public works crews to help us with some of the more technical jobs and bring the bucket truck out and to get the job done more efficiently. So I don't know. We're still kind of planning what this looks like, but I'll let Zach chime in on. We have this idea that the chamber will be involved with to send off the old tree, right?
Yeah, yep. So you know me with Christmas Walk, and it's the biggest event we do at the chamber. I call it the final boss because it is just kind of everything we do throughout the year wrapped into one. But the focal point of our biggest event of the year is the tree lighting ceremony. At the end of the parade, everyone gathers around the tree to count down with Santa to light the tree with our children's essay winners. And if you don't have a Christmas tree, what are we building towards? And so not only that, but that most people know I'm born and raised in Geneseo, and this tree has been a major part of, I'd say, my community psyche, my entire life. So when I learned of the tree coming down, I about fell out of my chair, and Brandon was there and saw my reaction, and I think he was a little like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, and for me it is, not only because of my job and organizing the Christmas walk and what we do at the chamber for that, but also losing that tree, lighting that so many times, all the work that we've put in over the years, and then just simply attending and being a part of the crowd before I was at the chamber. But clearly the tree has to come down. If you take a good look at it, and I even went and looked, I stood underneath the tree and looked up, and you can see that this is very unhealthy. I just feel like, it's probably a hazard. And what if a bad storm comes through October 15th, knocks the tree down? There's no way we would be able to coordinate getting a new tree. And actually, we could do it. We're Geneseo. But it would be extremely difficult to get a new tree put up to move forward with the Christmas walk. Or even worse, if it happened in November, then you have hardly any time. So I applaud the city's transparency on the issue, and ultimately passing out of committee of the whole the new tree. I think it's going to be beautiful. Definitely appreciate the chamber having a seat at the table as a part of the discussion, and the city, recognizing that the chamber does play a big role in Christmas time in Geneseo. And so I think this new tree, and I've seen the pictures, you can see them on the City of Geneseo's website. Beautiful tree. This will look better. I have an artificial tree personally, and it's a little easier to manage at home than say a live tree. But this new tree will be an enhancement, I believe, to the Christmas Walk event. And if you look at the Christmas Walk since 1986, this event has continually evolved. It went from Victorian Walk to Christmas Walk. They added the parade, the jingle run. We had COVID where we went citywide with the parade, and now we have a new Christmas tree, right? So changing and evolution is not a new concept to the Geneseo Christmas Walk. People still are going to experience those traditional elements, but we're going to make it a little more flashy, but not overboard, right? I do think we're doing a good job in keeping it, and I quote, Geneseo.
Yeah, and this is, we know taking down any tree is a big deal, and especially a focal point like this. So we addressed this with a full committee. There were also a couple of business owners from the Downtown Historic District on this committee, along with Alderman Kennett, Zach, and some city staff members as well, to weigh all of the options. And really the conclusion that we came to is this artificial tree is a very traditional looking tree, high quality, individual branch tree. So individual branches go onto it. They're pre-lit. They click into the electric system on the frame. A lot of work, a lot of fluffing of the branches that will be taking place before they get clipped into place. Hope to get some volunteers that will help with that process. Probably have a little assembly line. Should be a good little community event. Yeah. And then, back to the old tree. So I guess stay tuned on that. We'll be announcing, but we want to start working on this project and prepping the ground in early summer. So going to be planning some kind of send-off, a final lighting, I guess you would say, of the tree, maybe have a couple of hot chocolates out there and sing some Christmas carols. And, Zach's got all kinds of ideas. So.
Yeah, and so the loose plan right now, and it'll come into focus, I'd say, over the next month or so, is we're going to do kind of a final lighting of the tree. Well, we will invite people from the community to take their photo with the lit Christmas tree one more time. And in addition to that, I can't just have a tree lighting. We're going to put luminaries up on that boulevard. We're going to have not live Christmas music, but Christmas music playing. I'm hoping to get kettle corn so we get the smell right from Christmas Walk. And then
apple cider.
Yeah, we can get some apple cider. I'm got to reach out to Uncle Bud's Apple Slush and see if they're available. And just a little Christmas celebration, 2 or 3 hours on a Saturday evening. People can kind of come up, and plus it's warm, right? Sometimes during Christmas Walk it could be cold. I've done this in 15 degrees, I feel like. It's going to be very nice. So come one, come all, wear your Christmas garb, and stay tuned for details about what I am calling a funeral for a friend.
There you go.
Yeah, it's been fun being on this group, and Zach always with good ideas and what have you, but a recognition, though, just as Zach said, that this has been a focal point for how many years, and so if we're gonna do it, let's do it right and do it well. And this send off, I think, will be a lot of fun. And but yes, the new tree, even though it's artificial and what have you, we're pretty sure that you're going to be pleased with it as a resident. And there was definitely a philosophy or recognition that, again, whatever we do, we have to do it right and make it not only equal to or possibly an improvement. And I agree. I think it will actually be an improvement in that we'll have some daytime visual aspects to it, in that there will be ornaments that are hung on it and what have you. But it's a very traditional, though, looking tree. And I think very appropriate for the area. Probably be a little bit of a work in progress, as Brandon mentioned, with anything first year. But we're excited about it. And yeah, check it out online on the Facebook page or website or wherever it's at.
Right
Brandon.
now, if somebody's really curious to kind of see the process and some of the renderings and pictures of similar trees from the company that are across the country, city website, go to the government link, meeting agendas, and you can look at the committee of the whole meeting from Tuesday night, which I believe is the 23rd, on the agenda. Has all the information there. So
there you go. And we'll get some other pictures up, I'm sure, as the planning for the funeral for a friend send-off gets more buttoned down and stuff. But yeah, so it's mixed emotions. We're going to miss the old tree, but served us well. Thank you, old friend, for all the happy memories, and we look forward to welcoming our new tree this Christmas.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. I'm not totally okay with this, to be honest. It's a hard pill to swallow, I guess. I'll probably get a little emotional seeing the tree come down, but and I think many will in our community. But I do think that this is the best step forward. It's come with plenty of collaboration. And again, I don't think you need to be a professional arborist. If you take a look at that tree right now, it's got to come down, and we will enhance it, and we will make it better and think outside of the box and move forward.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep. All right, we're going to switch gears now because we're approaching 7:48 to Art Walk coming up tomorrow. This is kind of the first big one for the Chamber. Outdoors, spring season is here. Weather, maybe some question marks out there from the listeners on what's going to happen if this forecast comes to fruition. So we'll let you guys just kind of dive right into it. What's going on? When's it happening? What are some of the changes being made for this weekend?
All right, so Art Walk is tomorrow. It's going to be from 10 to 2. And this will be my first big chamber event. So we want all you to come down. Come on, check it out. But it's going to be a really great event. It's going to be downtown in the former Four Seasons outlet. And then
At the Vic and Inspire
The Vic.
Continuing Care.
Yep. So we're going to have students featured. We have an author coming in, woodworking, clay, pottery, paint. We are moving everything inside since it's going to be high winds, but everything like the sidewalk murals, it's still going to take place inside. But we're getting creative, and they're doing it on butcher paper. So It's going to be a really great event.
Yeah, and this is the 9th year of the Geneseo Art Walk. This event is very versatile, right? I've run this event, I feel like, every different way you can run it, from closing off the street to moving inside to doing it virtually during the pandemic. And so this is actually, I think, the biggest, largest roster of artists we have. I gave everyone here a list, and there you can hear it on the air. But yeah, we have, I think, 46 different artists, and that includes a lot of student artists from Geneseo High School, Geneseo Middle School, coming in to showcase their art, to start to build their portfolios. And that's really encouraging, that this is an event in which art students can kind of come from their schools and share their art with the community on a broader scale. One of the things I really like about the Art Walk also that's new this year, well, Musical Memories typically does a spring showcase recital, right? Well, since we're not closing off the street, and even if we were, we're looking at heavy winds, possible rain tomorrow, they will be performing inside of the Central Theater in downtown Geneseo. So you'll be indoors, nice, comfortable theater seating, and go support these students. Christina Hill does such a good job with these students to kind of help hone their musical talents at an early age. And then they get to high school and you start to see them flourishing. And these are the students who are, kind of performing in the plays or taking the leads in the musicals and with band and choir. And then they go on to do other things. Geneseo Panic, right? That's the younger students. I think they're in middle school, and they've played, I think, for a couple years now around here. They will be playing at Geneseo Brewing Company starting at 1:30. Indoors or outdoors. So thanks to Jared Minert for green-lighting that so we can move indoors if we need to. But the rain is not going to stop this event from happening. In fact, a lot of artists request to be inside even if it's sunny because art can't be in direct sunlight. So in addition to the artists that are going to be there, we will have authors that are there signing books. Kaiser's Big Day. It's a children's book for pre-kindergarten about a dog. I actually met them, Cindy Corrigan, on Quad Cities Live on KWQC. We were both doing segments. I was promoting our call for artists for Art Walk, and she was promoting our book. I said, have you ever considered coming to the Art Walk? And she's going to be here. So definitely come by, support Cindy, buy one of her books. She'll autograph it for you, and she's a great person to talk to. Freedom House will be there with some information about their nonprofit organization. The Geneseo Art Club will be doing a fundraiser, and there's tons of things happening also at the Geneseo Art League and Gallery, right? I think they have 9 different attractions happening there, including a canal exhibit, Art the Canal, where they are doing photography and fine photography art for the canal, and you can go vote on the best pictures at the Geneseo Art League and Gallery. A Black Hawk College art display and gallery is on display at Rutabaga Art in downtown Geneseo. And many of our stores are going to be hosting artists as well. We have Reap and Sow Nutrition, Pegasus Fine Gifts, From the Heart Clothing, Four Seasons, Village Florist, Central Theater, Geneseo Brewing Company, all of our art leagues and galleries. But then the two big places that are going to have a lot of artists, as Jess mentioned, are the LOF Fellowship of Christian Athletes, right? The VIC, Inspire Continuing Care, the old library. We will have a lot of student artists located in that building, while downtown in the former Four Seasons, we have a lot of artists where you can purchase art and kind of see what they're about. And plus the therapy dogs are coming back. And so you can pet some dogs, and it's a really cool event and a great way to showcase the local arts, and definitely appreciate all the businesses who come in to support the event. There's a few sponsors I'd like to thank real quick. Thank you to our event sponsors, Country Financial, Cassie Stoller, and Amber's Home Organization. Those are our primary event sponsors for the 2024 Geneseo Art Walk. And then we have a lot of lunch sponsors, because our sponsorships provide lunch for all the artists, the students, the professional artists, and what have you. So thank you to Central Schoolhouse, JW Shooting Parlor, American Family Insurance, Michelle Weber Inc., Underground Graphics, Village Home Stores, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Smith Studio and Gallery, Trackside Liquors, Allure of Geneseo, and the Geneseo Current. I'd like to thank all of them for sponsoring a lunch so we can keep our artists fed. Hungry artists, starving artists, right?
Starving artists, yes. Yep. And maybe you can talk a little bit, Zach, about why is this event, and I guess the arts in general, so important to Geneseo, and especially the downtown district?
I'm going to say something kind of controversial. We have 4 football championships, but we have 6 music championships. All right.
Ooh.
So I was a proud part of 3 of those when I was in high school, and the arts, music, is very important and prominent in Geneseo. I mean, just walking through the high school nowadays, you see how much the art department has grown from 2000 when I was here and attending school here to where we're at 25 years later, and it's much larger and prominently featured. And I think that that's a sign that people value the arts, and also theater, right? Richmond Hill Barn, they're selling out of their productions also, which is great. And make sure you go see their next production, Laura, coming up here in May, I believe. But the arts are always important. There's a lot of people who get involved with the arts and want to support the arts. And this is a way that we kind of blend showcasing the arts in Geneseo while supporting businesses, right? We want people to go into the businesses who are supporting these artists and support those businesses too, because that's what, I mean, all these sponsors that I just read, it's not just so we can fund this. These are businesses who are committed to making Geneseo events a success, to make Geneseo shine, and that's what it's about. And we, as attendees and organizers, pay it forward by supporting these businesses, and as a way to say thank you, and as a way to keep our small town thriving.
Yeah. Shout out to, I see one of my old teachers from Moline High School on here, Joel Erickson from Moline High School. He's been coming for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah, he participates in this, and I think he does the music festival as well.
Yeah. Makes some nice stuff.
Yeah, come buy some of his stuff so he keeps coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, anything else you guys would like to add that folks may need to know about coming out to Geneseo tomorrow?
Well, I would say that the Art Walk is on. It is happening, so make sure you stop by and support our great artists, support our businesses. Our stores and restaurants will be open, and we're looking forward to a great day. And Jess, do you have anything you want to add on top of that?
We are. I'm excited. Shop and dine. Just that's one thing I love about this community, is that people support local business, and that it's thriving, and it is really a community. So come on out, support the arts, support local business.
Excellent. Now, will the dogs be able to paint tomorrow, Zach? Isn't that a thing? Was that a painting? No?
Yeah, they've brought out paintings that have been done previously. I don't know if moving indoors that's going to be so feasible, but we'll see. Hopefully they can, but at any rate, you can pet the dogs, right? It'll help your day feel better, I guarantee it.
But the dogs will be there regardless.
The dogs will be there regardless.
They may not have paintbrushes in their paws, though.
Yeah, maybe not with being indoors, but you can still pet them, and there will probably be some paint available, so you can either raffle it or purchase it too.
Yeah, we don't want to wreck the carpet in the Four Seasons outlet.
No.
That'd be bad.
No. Our events are insured, though, so.
Oh, there you go.
I don't want to give anyone ideas, but.
If that were to happen, we'd be.
We are professional event planners, right? We prepare for every scenario.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here today.
Thank you.
Got a couple other things that I want to mention, and if Keith has anything else on his radar, possibly. But other things coming up, want to remind everybody, May 1st. Oh, geez, it's almost May 1st. We're almost there. Starts the Water Conservation Program in Geneseo. Had some discussion on this, the committee of the whole meeting Tuesday night. This is not the emergency water order that came out last year during the severe drought conditions. The council did, however, last year pass a conservation program which applies annually from May 1st through the end of September every year. The simple explanation of what this is it's asking people if you do lawn watering, have in-ground sprinkler systems, to only run those from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. So that they're not running during the heat of the day, and we don't waste water. And hopefully, the ground conditions are not as severe, knock on the desk here, as last year, because we are dependent on groundwater here in Geneseo. In the process right now of constructing a new well, which does aid that situation, but we are dependent on the water that is in the ground in any given year. And you can construct as many wells as you want, but if those are depleted down to a certain level, things do get tricky and could get into a bad situation. So we ask people just to be smart about that. And water in the morning, before the sun comes out and immediately evaporates all the water that we're throwing across the yards in Geneseo.
Yeah, and it's really more just of a common sense thing. I probably a lot of people are doing this anyway, but yeah, this is not the emergency water conservation programs that were put in place last year to deal with the drought and the low aquifer level and all that. This is just a routine thing that will happen every spring, summer, fall to just, again, focus on doing that watering in the morning. And but water whatever you need to water. There's no, like Brandon said, any other restrictions beyond that. And hopefully we don't need to enact anything if Mother Nature cooperates with us this year.
So certainly in a better place this time today than we were 1 year ago, heading into the month of May. So hopefully that's a good sign. Did also want to mention we have Garage Sale Weekend coming up, which is a chamber-sponsored event.
Yes.
Well, that chamber, they're everywhere.
Yeah, you can you still buy an ad to be in the advertisement for Garage? No, that's closed.
Yeah, that closed.
Okay.
We had 32, I think,
32.
people sign up, which is growing, and there's a demand for it, right? And these, over almost 5,000 people on Facebook have reserved and kind of pegged it on their schedule to come to this garage sale. So as these people are in Geneseo, they're going to be stopping at our restaurants, our convenience stores, our retail stores, and there's going to be more economic activity because of all of this. So there is an economic initiative involved with coordinating these garage sales.
Absolutely, and that's May 2nd through the 4th?
Yes.
Start Thursday night, wrap up into Saturday. We ask everybody to follow that schedule for that weekend. Purposely plan the city-wide curbside pickup immediately following Garage Sale Weekend. So if you got some of that junk you didn't sell, put it out to the curb. Please follow the restrictions that are posted on the city website, city Facebook page on what you can put at the curb, how big your pile can get out there. Check that out on our website or Facebook page. But that will be from the 6th through the 9th. The map is also on the website, Facebook page, on which quadrant of town your day will be for the pickup at the curb. And then last thing I wanted to mention is we still are looking for a couple spots for summer helpers. We increase our staffing levels this time of year to help out with the city has lots of acres of park and cemetery ground, especially that we need extra assistance with mowing and weed whacking. So if you enjoy riding a mower or doing a push mower, running a weed whacker, have some extra time, part-time, full-time positions through those months are still available. Come and see us at City Hall.
There you go. What could be a better way to earn a few extra bucks and get some good outdoor time this summer, and you're helping to beautify the community.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to be wrapping up the program. The important announcement, though, is that sign, the Geneseo Art Walk, this Saturday, downtown Geneseo. Not only is it still hanging proudly, it hasn't even slipped or anything. Not even a hint of any instability there. So hats off to the A team of sign hangers.
Yep.
Very impressive.
We got it.
All right. Well, again, thank you very much for tuning in and listening. Have a great weekend. And you're listening to WGRG 100.5 FM in Geneseo.